Have you ever thought to yourself that we've taken science too far? I have never thought those words, but here, in Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, we're going to take science a little bit farther than normal. This is the goal. This is what we're about to create, and we're actually about to take this and escalate it even further. How do we do this? How do we get to this point? Let's find out. I think my favorite part of Fern's God Power mod is the fact that the powers it gives us lets us do crazy things, such as the Firework arrows. If you guys remember, we're able to blast things off into space and do crazy things, and I want to show you one of my favorite things that we've done a long time ago, and I'm going to re-demonstrate what that is right now. We have the power to take firework arrows and do things like this. You spin me right round me. You poor man. So with that power, we get to rotate things, and these poor little clubbers over here have done away with each other. Well, a mammoth isn't the only thing we can spin with firework arrows. So we're going to start by demonstrating just how much spinning action you can get. What if I took the fire arrows and I shot a giant in the arm there, and then I came over here and shot a giant in the arm right here? Well, what happened? As you can see, what did I do? Did one of my other dudes fall off the thing? What? How did you die? How did you die? Did the tomatoes kill you? Let's try this again, shall we? Boom. Rotate, and as you can see, he rotates and spins around with his arms. We can use these firework arrows to really have some fun with rotation, because one thing we haven't done yet is combine powers. Knowing that we haven't combined powers yet, there's two powers in particular I like to combine, and that would be the balloon bow with the firework bow. Why not give something flight and then give them some forward thrust? It's kind of the goal I want to do. So let's start with the flight. I've shown you the forward thrust part. We've seen the lovely firework arrows get to work and do their thing. Now I'm going to show you what the balloon arrows can do when you put them on some pretty interesting units, such as these cavalry units that will somehow still move forward and fly in the sky. Take a look at this. Boom, we have aerial cavalry, and the aerial cavalry will still operate. It's the weirdest thing. But what if we gave the aerial cavalry some forward momentum? We take the arrows go into the side, they make our cavalry fly, and then from there maybe we do a little forward thrust. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. Little forward thrust. I think that's going to work. I don't know. We're gonna find out. I have a bad feeling it won't work. I'm kind of afraid that the flying is gonna make the thrust miss, or the thrust will make the flying miss because of weird distances, but we're gonna hope that this all works out. In 3, 2, 1, go. Slow-mo. Take a look. As you can see, forward thrust has impacted, including touching the shield. That might be a bad idea. And over here, everything has hit. This one perfectly. Look, right in the butt. Right, that does, because that's what you want. Thrust in the butt. Let's move forward at the time. Now we have thrust, and they're thrusting forward, but now we've got our lovely knight who has a balloon in the foot and a thrust in the shield. That worked, but didn't quite work as amazingly or spectacularly as I wanted. We need to escalate. Let's escalate by just trying the thrust part. Now, the beautiful thing is these horses can technically die and nothing will go wrong because the riders are still alive. Let's see if we can actually give these boys enough thrust to have some fun. And then we'll swing in the balloons and have some fun there. In 3, 2, 1, go. Impact. We have thrust. Oh, that was actually kind of cool. That worked very well. I mean, the horses are dead. They're moving forward strictly based off of thrust, but it worked. We're going to put all the arrows a lot closer so I don't mess this up, and I'm just going to go just lots of thrust. That is so much thrust. Again, in the butt, because you want that forward momentum. And butt thrust? I wanted to say butt thrust. Thinking about bust thrust, which are completely inappropriate. I probably shouldn't be saying these things, but we're going to apply butt thrust, such as that, beautifully. And then from there, we're going to do the balloons to give them the amazing flight that we want. And these guys are going to thrust into battle. There's not a thrusting in this episode. Did you notice that? There's like too much thrusting, a little awkward. Maybe you shouldn't be watching this episode. Maybe I should just can this episode. Maybe you'll never see it. I'll have to wait and see. In 3, 2, 1, go. We have rotating horses. The butt thrust didn't do. It's terrible. Oh, this experiment failed. You know, I could use some butt thrusting. Ice giants is their favorite thing. So now I've got the balloons going to the shoulders, and I'm going to put the butt thrust. Actually, I'm going to go with a back thrust. I want to make sure that these guys move forward in a straight line and don't do some weird spinning things. So I'm going to aim for the meat of their back and thrust them towards each other. Will this kill them? I don't know. We're going to find out in 3, 2, 1, go. Balloons. Thrust. No, they need more thrust. The ice giants are actually kind of sturdy and durable. I mean, look, they're still... Oh, the blue one won. They're still punching each other. We need more thrust. You know what? Let's just start with a thrust and see how that goes. In 3, 2, 1, go. Play. They're kind of resisting the thrust. We need more thrust than... Wow. Oh, okay. The explosion's the thing. All right, guys, let's get real. If we need maximum thrust, use ballista bolts. The ballista bolts are going to thrust them through each other. You know it. I know it. And just for the sake of science, I want to see this at least once. At least once like that. In maximum slow-mo. 3, 2, 1, go. Ballista bolts slowly moving in, and then... That was an insane thrust. You actually see the air path they took as they bounced off of each other in random directions. Yeah, they're both dead, but red won. We have achieved thrust. We have achieved flight. And now I want to do the science experiment that made me do this entire video. I want to make a spinning top Da Vinci tank flying through the sky, rotating in circles. I want to see just how fast we can make him fly and just how fast we can make him spin. Let's start with a balloon bow. So we have to remember, we've done this before, but you can't have too many balloon bows in them. You need just enough to make him fly, which that is not enough. And that is perfect. Look at that. That is fantastic. Science rules. You can make a flying Da Vinci tank. But believe me when I say you can have too much flying. As you can see, it actually just kills the Da Vinci tank, ruining the entire experiment. So there is such thing as too much arrows. And as you see, if you do too much balloon arrows, the parts fly into the sky and then they never come down. They just kind of stay there. Science. So what we need to do is we need to achieve the Goldilocks zone of flight and then couple it with sideways momentum and not kill the Da Vinci tank. So if I do something like this, that should be enough balloons for flight, I hope. And then we're going to rotate to the other power, the amazing firework power. And the experiment I want to start with, just like maybe one arrow like this. And I kind of like go around it. And I just want to make them all thrust in this direction and make it spin. What is that, counterclockwise? Yeah, that would be counterclockwise. That's the rotation we're going for. Now, will it be successful? Will we successfully be able to make a spinning top Da Vinci? I hope so. And if we are successful, that's not the end, because I want to ramp it up and make him spin as fast as possible. Right now, we're only doing one firework arrow per like little section here on the Da Vinci tank. What about 3? What about 5? What about 10? How fast can he spin? And can we make him spin fast, but still keep him alive and floating in the sky without killing him? That's the big question that I have. Now, we have assembled our spinning top Da Vinci tank with balloons for flight, and let's see if we can get him off the ground in 3, 2, 1, go. Slow-mo, balloons. Guys, we've done it. We've done it. We have a flying Da Vinci tank rotating like this, full speed. That's just a casual merry-go-round. That was a casual merry-go-round. Guys, we need to escalate the damage as we watch the Da Vinci tank go in and slaughter a whole bunch of bars. Could you imagine this slaughter? Yeah, you're not going to see it. Okay, we now have 2 fireworks per segment, doubling up the speed. And now we're going to switch the balloon bow and get the balloons in there for flight like that. And that should be enough. We should spin a little bit faster in 3, 2, 1, go. Slow mode activate. Flight activated. Oh, look at this, guys. That's not bad. That's not bad. That was pretty good. I think we can escalate it to maybe 3 or 4. We have doubled twice now. The first time we had 1 firework arrow. The second time we had 2 firework arrows. Now we have 4 firework arrows in each little slot. We have doubled the power, the rotation power every time. If this thing survives this onslaught of arrows, we're going to move to 8. Here we go with 4 per slot in 3, 2, 1, go. Impact, flight. Look at that thing go. Not bad. It lived. It survived the explosion of the arrows. Oh, no, it did not survive the explosion of the arrows. Guys, can 8 arrows, will 8 arrows kill it? So we did the 4, it survived, the explosion killed it. If 8 arrows is enough, let's find out. I have to. Science. We're doing this for science. Okay, I think I went a little bit light on the balloon arrows. I hope I have enough, but we have 8 firework arrows in every segment. Look at all those. Look at all those firework arrows. That is crazy. I hope this thing doesn't die as soon as we turn it on in 3, 2, 1, go. It's dead. It's spinning like crazy and it's flying through the sky, but we killed it. It was too many arrows, guys. It was too much damage. We tried. It kind of succeeded. It kind of did what we wanted, but overall, it was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that too.